Good afternoon. This is the Zoom meeting of the Town of Babylon Planning Board. Today is January 25th. It is approximately 7:02 p.m. Denise Graziano, do you want to take the roll call?
Sure. Patrick Halpin.
Present.
Michael Cafaro.
Present.
Frank Santos.
Present.
Julianne Nolan.
Present.
Gerald O'Neill.
I'm here.
Dan Truchin.
Present.
Edward Wynn.
Present.
Richard Casey.
Present.
Brian Zatani.
Present.
Matthew Esposito.
Present.
Okay, thank you very much. We do have a public hearing for a minor subdivision. Denise, why don't you read into the record the statement in which we start every public hearing with regarding testimony.
The planning board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the planning board may determine that any approvals, building permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void.
So let's go to the agenda. Denise.
Number one on the agenda is public hearing for a minor subdivision, planning board job number 20-33B, HBRG Corp. and G&R Building Corp., proposing to subdivide an undeveloped parcel of land zoned residence C and totaling approximately 12,000 square feet into two lots in order to construct two-story single-family dwellings on each new lot.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there anyone here on behalf of this application, on behalf of the company?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, good evening. For the record, Nicole Blanda. I'm an attorney at Bazell, Blanda and Visconti with offices at 535 Broad Hollow Road in Melville.
Okay, thank you very much. Why don't you start with your presentation, Nicole?
Sure. I'm here tonight on behalf of the property owner.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Before we get too far along, I always do this, which is the first public hearing. I need to be reminded, and Denise isn't next to me because we're doing this via Zoom. I know you received a memorandum from the Commissioner of Planning for the Planning Department regarding this application. Do you have any questions, concerns, or objections to any of the conditions or covenants or any other aspect of the memo that you want to bring to the board's attention?
No.
Okay, so everything in there, all of the conditions and restrictions, anything else are acceptable to your client?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yes,
Mr.
Chairman, I'd just like to add for the record that the memorandum includes covenants and restrictions that include owner-occupied, a requirement, no accessory apartment, and single-family dwelling only, no apartments, no two families. And I'm sure Ms. Blanda has seen those, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Please proceed.
So the property's on the south side of Manhattan Avenue. It's actually already two separate tax lots, tax lot 11 and tax lot 12. And it also has two separate street addresses as well. It's known as 186 Manhattan Avenue and 188 Manhattan Avenue. I presume just a long time ago, this has been held in common ownership for many, many years, but never was developed. And so you see the property that you see, and for whatever reason, it was given separate street addresses at some point. So we're basically here tonight seeking to reinstate these two lots as two separate lots. Each parcel has 60 by 100, so it's 6,000 square feet. It essentially mirrors the two lots that are directly to the south that front on Columbus that Mr. Esposito was circling with the mouse right now. Those are tax lots 29 and 30. We did obtain variance relief back in August. We did not need any setback variances. The builder was very conscientious in keeping the homes to be modest sized and to be suitable for the size lots that they would be on. So we didn't require any setback variances. It was just frontage and lot area. We did submit new house plans that have different architectural features and design as requested by planning. The homes are 2-story homes with 4 bedrooms and 2.5 baths with an internal garage and a driveway. And again, as I had presented back in July in front of the zoning board, there are other parcels in the area that are similarly situated, 60 footers, 50 footers, and there was a prior approved subdivision on Columbus as well that were 2 60 footers. But again, we believe that these will be attractive homes for the area. As Mr. Casey stated, we do understand that they would be covenanted to be single family, owner occupied, no accessory apartment. And this builder is very familiar with the requirements and specifications of the town of Babylon.
All right, thank you very much. Are there any members of the planning board that have any questions?
No.
Any of the others? Ed, Frank,
No.
Julianne?
Can we see the rendering of both parcels as far as the outside architecture?
You had some nice color.
You just had one up.
Yep. Sorry. So this is there's just one photograph of the same house plan, I guess, that has been built. It doesn't we don't have colored photographs of both, but you can see in the architectural how they differ. This would be the alternate plan. It has a little bit of a different roof line and change in materials.
Okay, thank you.
Matt, is there anything you want to add about this as we're looking at it? Bring to our attention, roof lines, you said?
No, I think just from the from planning and from Brian, the planner, I think this met the intent from the planning department by differentiating. I think the biggest discrepancy is the roof line over that front porch, over the door, and again the change in materials and kind of different ornamentation on the building.
Okay. All right. Are there any other questions from any of the members of the planning board?
Nope.
Okay. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address the board regarding this application?
For the record, Mr. Chairman, we have no members of the public registered to participate.
Okay. Oh, well, hearing none, Matt, what do you recommend?
So as per the memorandum from planning, there are some minor revisions required with regards to the survey, and some elevations and meets and bounds. The planning department recommends extending the record to February 8th, 2021.
Okay. All right, so I need a motion to extend the record. Could I have a motion, Frank?
Motion.
Second by Julianne.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Hearing no opposition, the record is extended. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
You
Thank
too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's go back to the agenda. Denise?
So item B, architectural review.
If I could jump in for 1 second, sorry. I think our alternate member, Juan Leon, is in the waiting room. I'm not sure how he got in there through the invitation, perhaps, but maybe we can just add him in so he can just participate, I guess, with us. He's kind of just sitting there watching, so let me add him in.
Are you with us?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, how is everyone?
Hey, guy.
Oh,
Hello, Juan.
I don't know if it happened by accident, but I got the link, so I'm tuned in.
Well, I'm glad you are, because we always like to have a little bit of company, even if it's via Zoom. Juan, thank you very much for participating. And by the way, feel free to participate in any meeting. I know you're here to pinch hit when somebody's out, but that doesn't stop you from being a participant in these meetings, and we very much appreciate it. And it's a good opportunity for you to further orient yourself to the work of the planning board.
Well, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
our quorum here is limited, to the structure that is in place from the town board to a board of no more than 7 with an alternate. So we don't have the ability to allow 8 votes. So,
No.
but Juan's participation otherwise is welcome.
Yes, that's a good point to note for the record. Thank you, Mr. Casey. You're kind of like the District of Columbia.
Sure. I mean, should I go back into where the public is?
No,
I don't-
no, that's fine. And
Okay.
or kind of like Puerto Rico. You know, you're here, but unless somebody's not here, you don't get to vote.
And just as a reminder, we're being recorded, Juan. I know you probably missed that part, but this is live streaming.
Very
Yes,
good.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let's go to architectural review. Denise?
Okay, so item 1, application number 132972, Jose Collado, expansion of an existing house.
Matthew?
Everything is in good order with this application. This is just a second-story addition. There are no other comments from the planning department.
Do any of the board members have any questions? Okay, here. A motion by Michael,
Motion.
second by Dan.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Hearing none, the application is approved.
Number 2 is application number 133920, Alexandra Kern, construction of a new house.
Matt?
Again, this application is in good order. This is a new house. It's located in Wheatley Heights, and it has addressed all departmental comments as necessary.
Are there any questions?
No.
Okay, can I have a motion by Ed to
Motion.
approve the? Okay. Motion, second by Jerry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, approved. Let's move on.
So
Okay, we
on
have-
communications, number 1 and 2 are going to go together. Number 1 is a letter dated January 15th, 2021 from Michael Marinas, Barrett Bonacci, and Van Wheel to Patrick Halpin, Chairperson Planning Board, regarding Planning Board Job Number 18-62AH, Rolling Frito-Lay Sales LP, requesting 3 extensions of time. And number 2 is the memo dated January 19th, 2021 from Planning Commissioner Rachel Shelfo to Patrick Halpin, Chairperson Planning Board, regarding Planning Board Job Number 18-62AH, Rolling Frito-Lay Sales LP, stating no objection to granting 3 extensions of time.
Okay, what is the motion on this, Matt
we
or
would-
Rich?
Yeah, the motion would be to grant the 6-month extension for the applicant.
Okay, so we need a motion to grant 3 6-month extensions. Let me go to Dan. Dan, do you
No.
have any options?
Why are they requesting? Clearly they missed them, so that's why but why?
Well, I don't know the reason, Dan. Maybe the planning department can fill us in, but it's not uncommon that we see a couple of these requests come together. That being said, if the staff knows any reason why they didn't apply for each one as they came due, they could tell us.
Their letter states halted due to COVID restrictions.
Okay. All right. I'll motion to approve.
Motion by Dan, second by Michael. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? The motion, the extensions are approved.
Okay, so the same thing, 3 and 4. Number 3 is letter dated January 14th, 2021 from Anthony Guardino, Farrell Fritz to Patrick Halpin, regarding Planning Board Job Number 16-24 AEF, 713 through 715 Sunrise LLC, requesting a 6th extension of time. And number 4 is the memo dated January 19th from Rachel Shelfo, Planning Commissioner, to Patrick Halpin, regarding Planning Board Job Number 16-24 AEF, 713 through 715 Sunrise LLC, stating no objection to granting a 6th extension of time.
Matthew?
Yes, this is just a sixth extension, and again, the letter from the applicant references delays as a result of COVID-19 for the request for a sixth extension, and the subsequent memo from the commissioner states that with these reasons, the planning department does not object.
Okay. Do any of the board members have any questions?
No.
Okay. Motion by Julianne,
Motion to approve.
second by Ed to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The extension is approved. Thank you.
We're going to move to page 2, and we're going to move down to the acceptance of the minutes for January 4th, 2021.
The corrections have been made and addressed with Denise and for the January 4, 2021 meeting minutes, and there weren't any corrections required for the second batch for January 11th.
Okay. Do any of the board members have any comments? No?
No.
Okay, motion by Michael to approve the January 4th, 2021 minutes. Second by Frank.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Okay, let's go to January 11th. Motion by Michael. Second by Julianne.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The minutes are approved. Thank you.
We're going to move to page 3, public hearing date December 3rd, 2018, planning board job number 15-03A, Crossroads Shopping Center.
Matthew?
So for this application, item number 1 on the communications of our agenda references it, but there's a letter from the applicant stating that they have withdrawn this application. So I'll defer to Mr. Casey, but I believe we need a motion to remove this from our agenda, or for the commissioner to remove this from the agenda as per that request.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, acting upon the applicant's request to withdraw this application, Crossroads Shopping Center, we need a motion requesting the commissioner to remove the application from the agenda.
Okay. Do any of the board members have any questions regarding this application? Okay. Hearing none, let's see, motion by Ed to request that the commissioner withdraw this application from our agenda. Motion. Okay. Second by Michael. Michael?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion, the resolution is approved.
Page 4, public hearing date December 10th, 2018, planning board job number 15-35AE, Annette Chowdhury.
So we still have comments pending from our engineering and traffic safety divisions. We recommend extending the record 2 weeks to February 8th, 2021, as we wait for those comments.
All right, so we need a motion to extend the record for another 2 weeks. Motion by Jerry,
Motion.
second by Ed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
Public hearing date July 13th, 2020, planning board job number 19-06A, 7-Eleven Corp.
Before we skip to that one, just the item above that, 1845 AE is MR Property Builders. I know the record's not extended to tonight, but again, similar to Crossroads, if you see item 2 on communications of your addendum, there is a letter from the applicant's representative rescinding or withdrawing this application, and I believe we need a similar motion. This was MR Property Builders on the west side of Albany Avenue. It was a rezone to multi-res for 24 condo units. That application was referred to the town board. The town board chose not to pursue a rezoning at this location, and as such, the applicant has requested the application to be withdrawn.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. Richard?
Yes,
You want to pose?
the application is Mr. Castillo said was for rezoning that has not been acted on and has been withdrawn by the applicant. So a motion to the commissioner requesting the application be removed from our agenda is in order.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve that resolution to request that the commissioner withdraw this application from our agenda. Motion by Ed.
Motion.
Let's see, second by Julianne.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Approved.
Public hearing date July 13th, 2020, Planning Board Job Number 19-06A, 7-Eleven Corp.
Same status with this application. We are still pending submittal of revisions from the applicant. We recommend extending the record to February 8th, 2021.
Okay, so we need a motion to extend the record. Motion by Frank,
Motion.
second by Dan.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
No.
Approved.
Public hearing date August 24th, 2020, Planning Board Job Number 18-25A, Gail Grace Estates of Copeg Modified.
We wrapped up all of our departmental comments from the various departments, including engineering and planning, and requests for revisions was sent out to the applicant. We're awaiting submittal of revised site plans from the applicant, and the planning department recommends extending the record to February 22nd, 2021.
Okay, so we need a motion to extend the record. Motion by Jerry,
Motion.
second by Julianne.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
Public hearing date August 3rd, 2020, Planning Board Job Number 20-21B, Renzon Holdings LLC.
So this is a subdivision application, and I believe planning was waiting on some revised plans to address some architectural features on the house. I believe those came in, but there were still some minor inconsistencies or maybe insufficient size of plans. So we recommend extending the record to February 8th, 2021, while we wait for revised plans to come back in.
Any questions? No. Okay, motion by
Motion.
Dan.
Motion.
Okay. Second by Jerry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
We're going to move to page 6, public hearing date December 14th, 2020, Planning Board Job Number 20-32B, Rafael Taveras.
Yeah, so I've been informed by Brian, my colleague in planning, that they are still waiting on revisions for this application as well. And as such, we recommend extending the record to February 22nd, 2021.
Okay. Need a motion to extend the record. Motion by Ed.
Motion.
Second by Julianne.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Approved.
Page 7, public hearing date January 4th, 2021, Planning Board Job Number 20-07 ADIN, Bowler Management Corp.
So this was a gas station application we heard for a new gas station and convenience store on 110 in Bentley, North Amityville. We were waiting on revised plans from the applicant, and additionally, for the board's consideration, not yet, but just to keep in mind that this will need referral to the town board, as they are requesting the lifting of a number of covenants and restrictions imposed by both the planning board and town board, which will then be replaced by more modern, modern day covenants and restrictions that are imposed on gas stations. So just something to keep in mind. We'll bring that to the board's attention shortly, but we recommend extending the record to February 8th, 2021.
Okay. Any questions? No. Okay, so we need a motion to extend the record. Motion by Dan,
Motion.
second by Frank.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so going to move to the addendum. Item A is architectural review, application number 135646, Zion Gospel Church.
Yes, excuse me, one moment. What was the date that was extended to, Mr. Esposito?
February 8th, 2021.
Okay, great, thank you.
So back to the architecture review, application number 135646, Zion Gospel Church, construction of a new house.
Everything is in good order with this application. This is a new house located in Copeg. It has received its zoning board of appeals approvals and is conformed with all the necessary departmental comments, including, roof drainage and all other requirements of a new home.
Are there any questions?
Nope.
Yes. Is the new home going to be used as a new single-family home, or is it going to be used as a part of the church?
No, my understanding is it's to be used as a single family home. I believe this is maybe potentially part of like an outreach program that the church does to develop housing.
I've got a question on that, Matt. Do you know if, since it's owned by a church, are they tax exempt?
That I'm not sure. I know I have the zoning board of appeals approval, and there are CNRs that limit this to a single family use as imposed by the ZBA. And then again, there are standard requirements of an architectural review, such as no outside stairs to a second story, making sure they conform to all building department notices. With regards to the tax status, I do not know. That would be a question for the assessor's office.
Mr. O'Neill, that would be the determination reached by the applicant and the tax authorities, the town assessor and otherwise in regard to their status. So that would be determined by them. We know that this may be used for the outreach or as part of this, and that will be determined by those other agencies, if not already done.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Okay, hearing none. Motion by Jerry.
Motion.
Second by Ed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
So item B is communications. I believe we already addressed number 1 and number 2. Mr. Casey, do we have to do anything on those, or can we move to item 3?
We'll just mark number 1 and 2 for communication purposes, read and filed.
Okay. Item 3, traffic signal warrant study dated January 2021 from Cameron Engineering and Associates LLP for planning board job number 18-25A, Gail Grace Estates modified.
So this we just touched on a little bit last week or the week before rather, and just on for communication to the board. This was as part of the conditions for 1825A Gail Grace Estates. The applicant funded a traffic signal warrant study. That study was conducted for the town to determine whether or not a traffic signal was warranted at the intersection of Bay Lawn and Montauk Highway. So that study is available for the board to just review and be familiar with. And again, ultimately, that intersection is controlled by the New York State Department of Transportation, and any decisions made with regards to whether or not a light is installed will ultimately be up to that authority. But this study was conducted as part of looking at that area in connection with this application, and I think it provides it took a little bit of time, as we discussed. There's no blueprint for conducting a study during a pandemic. But even during that time, I think you can see that the study provides some valuable analysis for that intersection and the current traffic conditions.
Do any of the board members have any questions regarding that?
Was there a recommendation that came as a result of that?
Yeah, so if you look at the study, it does state that based off the numbers collected and then adjustments made as a result of the conditions of COVID-19, that the counts did meet the warrants for a traffic signal at this intersection. And then it also presented an alternative option as well of potentially installing a traffic signal that is resting on red or yellow, kind of flashing. That could then maybe be programmed for a full service signal during times of heavy traffic, such as an event at Tanner Park or something. It also made some analysis or recommendations regarding the left turn lane from Montauk Highway onto Baylon or subsequent streets, as there might be additional opportunities for more queuing at another intersection such as Jervis as opposed
All right, yeah.
to Baylon. So it does provide some valuable analysis, and that will have to be presented ultimately to the New York State DOT to analyze that intersection.
Oh, that's good. Okay, good. Yeah.
So I have a question, Matt. Is it the town's intention to present that to the New York State Department of Transportation?
Yes, that's my understanding, is that the town will use this information from the study to approach the New York State DOT to consider such improvements as a signal at this intersection. And now that we have, again, data to back up those requests as opposed to just anecdotal evidence or things like that, again, engineering and traffic engineering is very much a numbers-driven game. So that's why it was so important to have a study done in order to provide some hard data to provide to the DOT.
Okay.
Good.
Are there any other questions regarding the study? All right. I know that was something that was sent to us recently. So everybody should do a little homework and read through it, and we'll have an opportunity to discuss it at our next meeting if people are so inclined. Okay. What's next?
Item 4, letter dated January 16th from Karen K. to the Planning Board regarding Gail Grace Estates expressing opposition to the applicant's proposal.
Okay. Read and filed.
Item 5, letter dated January 12th from Linda Rowe to the Planning Board regarding Gail Grace Estates expressing opposition to the applicant's proposal.
Read and filed.
Item 6, letter dated January 8th, 2021 from Benny James to the Planning Board regarding Gail Grace Estates expressing opposition to the applicant's proposal.
Okay. Read and filed.
Letter dated January 8th from Jay Lee to the Planning Board regarding Gail Grace Estates expressing opposition to the applicant's proposal.
Read and filed.
Letter dated January 8th from Sue Ferreira to the Planning Board regarding Gail Grace Estates expressing opposition to the applicant's proposal.
Okay. Read and filed.
Letter dated January 12th from Jean Ferreira to the Planning Board regarding Gail Grace Estates expressing opposition to the applicant's proposal.
Read and filed.
Letter dated January 12th from concerned resident to the Town of Babylon Planning Board regarding Gail Grace Estates expressing opposition to the applicant's proposal.
Read and filed.
Letter dated January 16th from Baylon area resident to the Planning Board regarding Gail Grace Estates expressing opposition to the applicant's proposal.
Read and filed.
Letter dated January 16th from E. Myers to the Planning Board regarding Gail Grace Estates expressing opposition to the applicant's proposal.
Read and filed.
Letter dated January 16th from D. Call to the Planning Board regarding Gail Grace Estates expressing opposition to the applicant's proposal.
Read and filed.
Email dated January 22nd, 2021 from Peter McIntyre to Rich Schaefer, Town Supervisor regarding Planning Board Job Number 18-25A, Gail Grace Estates, expressing opposition to the applicant's proposal.
Okay. Read and filed.
Email from Jerry O'Neill dated January 25th, 2021 to Rachel Shelfo, Planning Commissioner regarding concerns that the residents of the American Venice had regarding comments made at the January 11th, 2021 Planning Board meeting.
Jerry, is there anything you'd like to discuss further?
No, I don't know if it's appropriate to read the whole email.
You can if you want.
I don't have it in front of me, so I'd look for Denise on that one.
Denise, do you want to read the email into the record? Please.
Sure. This email is in response to some concerns that residents of the American Venice had about comments that I made at the January 11th, 2021 Planning Board meeting. The board was discussing the redevelopment of properties along Montauk Highway and Copeg, which included the areas east of Great Neck Road. Although there has been recent plans for residential and commercial redevelopment close to Great Neck Road, the section of Montauk Highway that fronts the American Venice community has not received the same attention. The board was discussing the possibility of assembling parcels and other development options. I made a comment that the section on the south side of Montauk Highway from Miramar Boulevard going east was nothing but nasty. This was referring to vacant and poorly maintained commercial properties along that strip. It was in no way intended to reflect on the residential community of the American Venice. I sincerely apologize to anyone who is offended by the comments.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jerry,
Sure.
for putting it on the record, and thank you, Denise, for reading that. And without commenting any further, that's exactly how I recall the conversation. It was really about improving areas that need some improvement. But the American Venice is a beautiful community. I used to live down there, Riviera, many, many years ago when I was single. And I know that the town has been paying a lot of attention to American Venice to continue to try to improve it and to restore it to its original beauty. And it is a lovely community with many lovely families that live there.
Absolutely. But by the way, just a sidebar, I own property in the American Venice.
Yeah, it better be pristine, Jerry.
It is.
It better be on the fly. I'm sure it is, because that's who you are, in all seriousness. Thank you. Are there any other questions, comments, or anything that any of the board members or staff would like to bring to our attention? No.
I'll just point out that we're a little light on the agenda, so there will not be a meeting next week on the 1st. Our next meeting will be February 8th, 2021, and we'll send out a reminder email to the board.
And Denise, I know you sent me a reminder to get our record of activity for the month of January into the last meeting of January. One question: should we be sending this to 200 East Sunrise Highway? Because I know in the past, I think you have urged us to send it to the annex, but
You
correct
can
me.
either way, it will get to me. So whichever way is easier for you.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I will remember 200 East Sunrise Highway.
Okay.
I do remember that. So that, and make it and mark it to your attention. And and of course, if people want to scan it and send it to you via email, that's another option as well.
Yep.
Rather.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Good.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? If not, Julianne.
Motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:40 p.m.
7:40 p.m. All right. Motion by Julianne, second by Frank.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.